Hey, how's it going? Another video. Now I'm gonna show you guys a transformation cut. My client's been growing his hair for 2 years. I'm doing him a mid taper, a blowout taper. So we start by dividing the top with the sides and also dividing the areas where I'm gonna put the taper in. I don't wanna take too much height, so I do like a small space just enough to put the taper in, reminding it's a blowout taper, so I'm keeping the sides separate from the top and the back too. And with the 1.5 guard, as you can see, I'm cleaning up all the area where I'm gonna put the taper in. I'm trying to clean up all the area where I'm gonna put the line up too. And I go all the way up, but I flick out at the end so I can create a little bit of transition, smoother transition, not too hard. That's all I'm doing right now. I kinda dividing the hairs on the sides so I can just get the lineup area. I just want that. And then with the trimmers I do slight touches just to create the ball line, and I clean up the hairs below. As you can see, doesn't take too much time. It's very quick, just slightly touches to create that curve of the taper and to clean it up. And now with the clippers with no guard, lever open, I'm gonna do the first guideline that is gonna be like half an inch above that guideline in a flick out motion. Now with the one guard, I'm gonna do the same thing but an inch now, and I'm gonna do it in a flick out motion too, trying to fit it in with the rest of the hair. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna close the lever and I'm gonna hit that middle line that I was left behind the half and the one open, and that should be it for now. In a flick out motion, when I fade it, I just use the corners of the blade so I can be more precise. It's a small area, so it's better like that. And I do the same thing on the other side. Lever open, then close. Now with the shavers, I'm cleaning up the ball line. Below that ball line, all the hair, so it can be skinned. It can pop out more the fade. Now with the lever closed with the clipper, I'm gonna start flicking out that bottom line. And maybe then as soon as I'm finished doing the bottom line, I'm gonna open the lever and hit a little bit higher than I was just doing in the bottom line. That should fade it in, and if it doesn't fade it in completely in the shaver and zero, don't worry, we'll get that detail later. And now I'm just opening and closing so I can get more detail with that step. Remember, in a flick out motion, scooping out that line, just lever close in that bottom line, then lever open so I can finish fading a little bit more high than that. Now with the trimmers, I'm gonna take out that bottom line that I was telling you that I was left behind from the shaver to the zero. I'm trying to clean up that transition with the trimmers, only using the corners of the blade, just hitting that bottom line, not much higher, because if not, I'm gonna create another line. Now with the half guard, I'm gonna do a little bit of details on the fade with the lever open and closing it, opening and closing that lever so I can get that detail, taking off those dark spots, only using the corner of the blade. Also, for the lineup, I step in front of the client and I do a little bit of tip where they end, natural growing ends, and then I step to the side and I create a curve, and behind the ear to create that curve I only use the corners of the blade and I help it with my other hand so I can have better space to put that trimmer on, so I can be more free to coat those hairs. And I do the same thing on the other side. I step in front, I do a little bit of tipping on the ending of the natural growth, and I go to the side and I finish creating that curve with the corners of the blade. As you can see, it's time to pop that taper, and we still haven't got into details. This is very easy, simple steps to follow. Now I do the same thing behind the ear and this side. I help it with my other hand so I can have more freedom to manipulate and go through with the trimmer, just like that. Now I'm gonna start detailing with the scissor over comb technique. I'm just using the tip of the scissors so I can hit those dark spots, all those places where I can see that it's messing with the flow of the fade. Just trying to hit those dark spots so the fade can be even, not some light and dark, so I just hit the dark spots so I can even it out. And now I'm doing a little bit of point cutting. As you can see, I'm doing the same, but in the bottom part where the comb doesn't go through. And that's it for now. That's detailing the fade. I do the same thing on the other side, point cutting and scissor over comb. That should be it for details. Now I'm gonna start the back taper, and we just gonna repeat the same process that we just did. It's gonna be first debulking with the 1.5 guard. Then I'm gonna create that ball line with the trimmers, light touches, and clean it up all right away. I don't wanna leave a single long hair behind so the shavers can go through easy. Then with the clipper, lever open 1/2 inch, one open 1 inch, then close, one open, then close, just like that. Clean up the area, the shaver, so I can make a skin. Now hit it with the clipper, lever close, just the bottom line, and as soon as I'm done, I open the lever and finish fading. I clean up the bottom line with the trimmers and the details with the 1/2 guard, open and close. That should be it, the same process as the other sides. And now I'm doing a little bit of clipper over comb so I can take out those hairs that you can see at last, and detailing the fade, same as the sides. Now I'm putting those hair grips in the sides so I can line up the neck area and behind the ears. And there I'm just cleaning up all the long hairs that are gonna be a problem if I don't take them to the lineup. They're gonna be dancing, so I take them down so they can be short enough to not move when I pass the trimmer. And there you go, I'm starting to line up the neck and connect it with the ear, and it started to look super clean. I make sure to keep the area clean so I can work better, and I do the same thing on the other side. I'm kinda debulking all those hairs that are gonna be a problem if I don't take them with the lineup. I'm just making sure they're short enough so I can pass the trimmer a lot more easy. And that's what I'm doing right now, just cleaning up the area. And now I'm gonna pass the trimmer and start the lineup. I'm helping with the other hand also so I can get a better grip, and move the ear so I can be more free to pass the whole blade of the trimmer. And that's it for now. Just trying to clean up the area well, making sure it's precise, straight, even. That's it. I only use the corners of the blade in the curves in everything, so I can create the curves only using the corner of the blade. I changed my razor so every client can have a clean blade, and I'm applying some shaving gel so the razor and the blade can go through easy. And I'm doing against the grain, cleaning up that lineup, stretching the skin very well. As you can see, I bring down the ear so it can stretch, and I go against the grain behind the ear, and that's basically what we are doing in this step. Just making sure that lineup is crispy, cleaning it up with the razor, stretching the skin, and now leaving a single long hair, trying to take all of them, look for them behind the ear, on the neck, make sure it's clean. And don't pass the razor too many times. If you're gonna pass the razor, make sure it's a spot that you haven't put in the blade so it can cut and not irritate. And I do the same thing on the other side against the grain. I'm hitting all those spots, putting the ear down so I can get those spots better, and changing the angle of the blade. As you can see there, I move my wrist and my hand. I'm adjusting accordingly to the part of the head. Gotta change position. Now with the spray paint, the Kiss Express Darkest Brown, I'm just hitting those spots in the lineup so it can pop a lot more. The cut is already popping on the lineup, but I just hit this so it can be an extra. And I clean it, the excess of the paint, with a dry towel. Now to cut the top, I'm bringing down all the hair. My client's doing a French crop, so it's basically no part like coming to the front with texture. So what I'm doing is following that natural growth so it can cover all the head. I'm making sure that all the hairs are being down, And there I'm struggling a little bit because my client's hair is so long that it's tangled. So I'm just detangling, untangling it, and now I'm gonna start cutting my first guideline. I first do a cut in the middle, and then I follow it that guideline all the way to the left and the back. As you can see, I'm taking a lot of bulk. It's a lot of hair. What I want to do is to keep that hair above the eyebrow, so that's why I went back and cut it a little bit more, because I think it was too long. And I do the same thing. I follow the guideline that I just did, the cut in the middle, and I bring it all the way to the back. Then I'm doing a little bit of freehand because what I want is to clean up that vision that is above the eyebrow. And there I'm cleaning up the area where the taper is, the lineup, because I don't want the hair to be falling on the taper. I don't want it to take the vision of it. So there I'm just cleaning up all the area where the taper is. That's why you see me cutting that area a lot more. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the back, you'll see later. But that's basically it. I'm just following that guideline that I didn't cut in the middle, like it is, dragging the hair down. And then I could just clean the areas where the taper is, like there. Those hairs don't let me see the taper, so I'm just taking them down till I can see a lot more of the taper. That's basically it for now. Now I'm gonna bring when I finish doing that, I'm gonna start bringing the hair up so I can cut the middle part right there. I'm just keeping cleaning up that area on the back of the taper. He had a lot of hair, so that's why I'm cutting a lot. But now we follow with the next step. I'm gonna bring that guideline there in the middle, but to the back on the middle top of the head. And I can see the guideline right there. I'm gonna start following all the way to the back, the same as I did with the sides, but now in the top. And as you can see, all the hair short is different. You can see the difference of the short hair and the long hair, and that's what I'm following, making sure it's even. Now I'm cleaning the area, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Same, I'm gonna cut in the middle of the bangs, dragging it down, and I'm gonna bring it all the way to the sides and the back. And as I know now how much I'm gonna cut, I'm doing a lot more cuts in the front because I know that it's gotta be above that eyebrow. So I'm just taking a little bit way shorter, and I follow it all the way to the back. Now I check all the uneven spots. I already have my guidelines, so I'm just following them. And after I'm finished with that, I'm gonna start cleaning up more. That's where I'm adding the texture. As you can see, I'm point cutting. I'm not cutting straight. That's because I want that bangs to have texture in that hair. So that's why I'm cutting like in little triangles. And right there, I'm gonna start doing the same as the other side. I'm gonna clean up that side taper because that hair is not allowing me to see the taper. It's taking away the vision. So I'm just trying to clean up that area, making it shorter so I can see the taper. And that's basically it, what I'm doing right now, just cleaning up the area where the lineup and the taper is in the sides and the back. And now I'm gonna do the same thing as the other side. I take the guideline from the bangs all the way to the middle of the top and the back. And as you can see, all the long hairs are starting to pop, are starting to show. So those are the ones that I'm cutting. And I take it all the way to the back. I change angles in the back in a more vertical way because I don't want to cut too much or straight. You may not cut too much if you cut it straight, so that's what I'm doing vertically. And I keep debulking that area on the side of the taper. I can see a lot of hair still there. And in the back, as you can see, I'm cutting a lot because my client has a lot of bulk in that back taper. So I'm just making sure I can see the taper. I'm just debulking and debulking, keeping going till I can see it, till I'm happy with the vision that I have. And now I'm just making sure it's all even. That's why I take it from the front to the back and from the middle to the back. I'm just making sure the hair is even. And that's why in some sometimes I don't cut because maybe I saw that it was even. So I'm just making sure at this point that the hair is even. That way you're gonna see me like just check all the way around the hair. I check it in an angle from the side and an angle from the back and the angle from the front. All the angles I check it. I check it out. And now with the thinning shears, I'm gonna start debulking all that weight, all that excess of the hair that is falling on the lineup and the taper. I don't go to the top of the head because my client has straight thin hair, so I don't want to mess up with that bulkiness, with that heaviness on the top or the sides too much. I just clean up the area where the taper is and the lineup. And now with some mousse, I wet all my client's hair, and with the blow dryer and the spikes accessory, I'm gonna start to dry all the hair till I have the texture and shape that I want, and I'm gonna just keep it going till I see the style that I want. And there you go, the before and after. Look at that crazy transformation. My client couldn't even see because all the hair, and now he can see and he's fresh. Comment in the comment section below if you like the video. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to see more videos.